Hi everybody, I hope you are doing well. This video is going to cover my Magical Mystery Tour collection. Now we've got both the music soundtrack to the film and the film itself, so I will spend the first part of the video talking about the soundtrack and then the second part of the video talking about the actual movie itself and the different formats that I have for that movie. So Magical Mystery Tour was released on British television on Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas in 1967. Sgt. Pepper had just made a splash in the summer of 1967, and the Beatles seemingly could do no wrong. I mean, Sgt. Pepper was acknowledged as a brilliant album, a groundbreaking album, and so with every new Beatles release, people expected a progression. They expected, the Beatles to keep topping themselves. And so when Magical Mystery Tour was released on the BBC on Boxing Day, there was kind of a collective scratching of heads. The critics were befuddled by the whole thing. Number one, it was released in black and white because the BBC television did not have black and white, or the particular version of the BBC that was broadcast on was only in black and white. And so a lot of the film was muted, and there's really not a plot. I mean, people I think were expecting another Hard Day's Night and Help, and that just wasn't going to be the case. It was the brainchild of Paul McCartney, who I believe had the idea when he was on a flight from somewhere to somewhere, and came up with the idea, kind of drew out a circle and then divided it into like a pie with the different segments. We're going to have a segment with a car race, and then we're going to have a segment in a strip club, and we're going to have a musical montage here and whatnot. And so a lot of the idea for Magical Mystery Tour, or a lot of the ideas for Magical Mystery Tour, started with Paul McCartney, and then the other Beatles got involved and shared their ideas. And the soundtrack album was originally released as an EP in Britain, and in America it was released as a full-length album. They padded out the non-soundtrack side of it, side B, with some singles and B-sides, and made a full-length album out of it, which is this one right here. This is my copy of it. It's actually a really nice, clean copy of it. I was really happy to track this down. There's no ring wear. The booklet is still, attached to the gatefold. The first version of Magical Mystery Tour I had did not have the booklet inside. It was on the purple Capitol label. I don't have that copy anymore, but it does not say here the part about the 24-page color full booklet. It just had the gatefold with the credits on this side and then the lyrics on this side. But the booklet is pretty extensive. It's got some pictures and illustrations that sort of tells the story of Magical Mystery Tour. I'm sure most of you already have this album, so I won't go too in-depth on the booklet, but none to say it's a real nice thing to have. This is an original pressing on Capitol, and I have to believe this is the original sleeve. Whoever owned this, like I say, I can't believe they must not have ever played it or taken it off their shelf, because it's really in fantastic shape. I can't get it back in the inner sleeve. There we go. And then on the back of the gatefold are the lyrics to the songs. So that was the US version. This is the cassette of Magical Mystery Tour. And on this one, unlike most other Beatles cassettes, All the songs are in the original order. Side A is side A, just like on the vinyl, and side B is exactly the way that it is also on the record. This is what the cassette looks like. Nothing on the inlay card. CDs, this is the very first CD issue of Magical Mystery Tour. You only got half the cover. This is what the CD looked like. You did not get the full booklet reproduced here. This is really the only photograph from the vinyl booklet. And then you've got the credits and the lyrics. I'm not sure why they didn't use more of the photographs. I mean, I can understand not wanting to reproduce the entire booklet, but it just seemed kind of a lazy way to put that booklet together. And the 2009 remastered version in stereo. Still not the back cover, but it's sort of the inside left part of the gatefold here. With a picture, not even the Magical Mystery Tour era, this was even before. This was actually, I believe, the single cover for Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane. Not sure why of all photographs they stuck this one on there. I mean, some of these, you know, artistic decisions I can't even account for. So this very faithfully reproduces the booklet that I just showed you. It's a miniature version of that. It's got a nice glossy cover on here for the book. So it's just really, really great. They did a fantastic job. All these 2009 remasters, they all came with. Don't forget, if you haven't bought the mono, you need to buy the mono and all the other CDs as well. And then the actual CD itself, we finally get a picture from Magical Mystery Tour there. And it reproduces the original Capitol label. And then the mono version, which you can only get as part of the, sorry about that, the mono box set, is like the other record or the other discs in the mono box set, is a faithful reproduction of the actual album, not just the artwork, but the entire album is faithfully reproduced here. And just a plain white sleeve, because that's all you got. And then again, this is what the original label looked like. So that's why I love about the mono, is they're just miniature versions of the actual album. They do such a great job reproducing it down to the finest detail. I mean, the spine, the inner sleeves, everything is just spot on. So now the movie itself, and this was the first version of it that I owned. This is the original copy that I had. I think I got this back in like 1987. I mean, it's really old, and the quality is just terrible on this. The colors are all washed out. It almost looks like black and white with just hints of color on it. It's just awful. I remember the first time looking at this thinking, this is just terrible. Like, I had seen Help in color on video, and I expected the quality to be at least something like that. And this version on this video, it's just really, it's not even watchable, to be honest. It's difficult to really watch. And the videotape itself, which is kind of annoying because you have to actually open this up from the top, but that's what that looked like. Just kind of very basic, which gives you a hint at the garbage quality of the rest of the video. So anyway, that was that. Fortunately, however, they released this version on VHS, which is much better. It looks like the picture's been restored. It's just beautiful. It's a gorgeous print of the movie, and it totally makes up for the original video. I really thought that the original VHS copy that I had was the best that the movie you know, maybe that's just how it was. It was just shot on really cheap equipment or something. I wasn't sure, but obviously with this, you know, I learned no, there's actually a really excellent copy of the film out there. So if for some reason you have a VCR, I can't imagine anybody having a VCR and wanting to, you know, pick this up when you can have the DVD, but nonetheless, this would be the superior copy to have. And that is what the actual videotape looks like. This is the DVD version, which, you know, it's got some bonus extras on here. It's got a couple of songs on here, like there was a song by Traffic, Here We Go Around the Mulberry Bush, which surprisingly at one time was under consideration for inclusion in the movie. I don't know if they commissioned Traffic specifically to do a video that they were going to insert in that movie. There's some other musical sequences that were not part of the original 60-minute movie that are on here. Just some, you know, general information about the making of the movie and people kind of reminiscing about the filming of it. So it's a nice collection. There's not, I mean, there's a little bit of information in the booklet here, but not a whole lot. Just some cool pictures and some credits, and that's about all you get. There's not really a write-up on it or anything. It's just kind of the basic regular DVD that you get there. So if you're really looking for more, if you are a huge Beatles fan or a huge Magical Mystery Tour fan, this would be the collection to get. This is the deluxe box set, which was released simultaneously with the DVD that I just showed you. And this is a really great collection. I haven't seen a whole lot of hype about this. I don't see many people doing videos on it. You know, the Sgt. Pepper, White Album, Abbey Road, it seems like everybody's got a video on those box sets, but I don't see a whole lot on this Magical Mystery Tour. But it's really a great collection. It's got a lot of cool stuff in here. This is, you know, it's a decent sized book here, and it's got some photographs, it's got some information. There's the pie chart I talked about that Paul McCartney drew up. It's got an essay from Paul McCartney about the movie, and it just gives a really good background about you know, how the movie was made and the actors and actresses and some credits. So this is a really enjoyable book to go through. There is a Magical Mystery Tour ticket, which this was never, well, at least not in the 60s or at the time that it was made, released theatrically. I think in the 70s there might have been some midnight showings of it, but nonetheless, this is a I guess supposed to be either a movie ticket or a coach ticket for the bus. It's not really explained what it is. And then as you get deeper inside the box itself, this is there's a Blu-ray copy of the movie and a DVD copy of the movie. And then they have the reproduction of the original EP. And the booklet that was included in the EP is just a miniature version of what was included in the US version. And so it is a double EP set. And you have Magical Mystery Tour and Your Mother Should Know on one side, and you have I Am the Walrus on the other side of this one. And then the second of the two EPs, you have Fool on the Hill and Flying on one side, and then Blue Jay Way on the other side. But EPs were not popular in America, so this was not released in America. In terms of the movie, what do I think of the movie? I find the movie enjoyable as a collection of videos. There's really not a plot. It's not like A Hard Day's Night. It's not Help. If you go in expecting it to be something like that, you will be disappointed. It's just almost like a video, a collection of videos, for the Magical Mystery Tour songs with just some halfway amusing sequences that tries to tie it all together. It's very surreal. It's very psychedelic. It's really kind of an arty film, but I do enjoy it because it is so strange. It's not just a straightforward, script and music montages. I think it really works well. And in hindsight, I think people are a lot more charitable towards the movie than they were when it came out. But I enjoy the heck out of it. If you're a Beatles fan, you're going to love seeing performances of, particularly I Am the Walrus. There's a great, video for Fool on the Hill. And, Blue Jay Way is okay. Flying, Your Mother Should Know. The staircase sequence with the Beatles in the white tuxedos is pretty cool at the very end of the movie. But, all in all, it's enjoyable. I wouldn't show it to anybody who's not a Beatles fan because they'd probably find it boring or, what the hell is this? But, I would say it's not my favorite Beatles movie, but definitely enjoyable nonetheless. So that is my Magical Mystery Tour collection. Thank you for watching, and any comments you have about your thoughts on the movie or the soundtrack itself, leave them below. Thanks.